to be the very best, man.
Best at what?
Catching all them Pokemon.
Oh shit.
It's like catching STDs. You just gotta walk in the right places.
Anyways, welcome to another episode of the Wrestling Guy Podcast. I'm right here. It's just me and Ed today.
No Marty Scroll.
No Marty Scroll. I don't know where he's at.
He's at work.
Butcher is still sick.
Is he?
Engineer Roy is still banned. So it's just us two.
So, how you been?
I've been good. How
We
about
haven't
you?
seen each other for a while.
I know, it's been a long time. Anyway, real quick, I want to do some plugs. I want to plug our signing on July 16th, Cody Rhodes with Brandy Rhodes from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. We have a few VIPs left, maybe one or two. So if to buy tickets, go to thewrestlingguystore.com.
And there will be shirts, and they will be limited, so
First come, first serve. And then also I want to give another one on July 23rd. We have JTG doing his book signing for his book, All. Oh, shit. Anyways, isn't it why did I write this book?
Yeah, that's what I write.
Okay. And then on August, right? Yes, and on August 6th, we have a fundraiser. It's for the 39-mile,
For the
39-mile walk from Avon or Revlon, right?
Have you ever seen a chick with no tit and she has the other tit? No. It's the worst. They don't have a nipple, so.
That will be with Melina, and she will be here from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And we're taking donations here daily, whether it's coins. Every penny counts. So make sure you come in. So today we have a very special podcast. You want to introduce our guest?
Yes, we have. Well,
don't botch.
I didn't botch it last time. I just didn't know how to fucking introduce that motherfucker.
Go ahead.
So, from EWF, we have Adrian Quest and Andy Brown, or Uptown Andy Brown, whatever you want to call it. I don't do nicknames. Everybody changes their nicknames like every fucking 10 seconds.
I know there's a big crowd. There's a big crowd here. Don't worry.
So how's it going?
Look at that.
Champions. We have actual champions in our show.
Oh, damn. Before we start the show, we'd just like to let you know we don't have any alcohol. Okay?
No alcohol?
No alcohol.
All right, that's good wrestling.
Like your shirt.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're going old school, too.
Yeah, I got it for a gift, so my little sister.
Huh?
So I always got to rock it.
What was your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Out of all of them, I kind of like...
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, you act like Raphael.
I guess we know how this tag team goes, huh? Which Ninja Turtle will you be then?
Michelangelo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You would be... None. You know what I like the Ninja
April
Turtle?
O'Neil.
Yeah, you'd be April O'Neil. Not the Megan Fox one either.
Nah, hell no, she's horrible, dude.
She's hot.
No, April O'Neil has to be a redhead, dude. That's like
true.
the whole fantasy.
You know who I like? I like Shredder.
Shredder's dope.
Shredder was cool.
I like them.
Yeah, see, we don't only talk wrestling.
Bebop.
You've been watching Sheamus.
I haven't seen part 2.
You haven't seen
movie?
part 2?
Oh, the movie's pretty cool.
I heard it was good.
You didn't like it?
I was alright.
Did you like part 1?
I prefer 2 over 1.
I like one better.
But I prefer
Really? I thought part 2 was more like the cartoon.
Well, yeah, they
Well,
did a
TV
lot.
show.
They did a lot of nods to the show
Yeah.
to make you come for part 3.
Yeah.
Basically.
No, you didn't like
Are
part
they
2.
going to make part 3?
Yeah.
At the end, they started showing themselves to the city, and that never happened in the cartoon.
You know how I
They're
felt
like
like
with the cops. Like,
I felt like that with Superman. Man of Steel.
Oh, that piece of
Did you see
shit.
that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
As soon as he revealed himself to Lois Lane, I just killed the whole.
I saw it like a year after it came out. I borrowed the DVD and I still wanted my money back. Like that's how bad that movie was. That's how bad that movie was. That's why I haven't even seen the Batman v Superman.
Oh god. Anyway, you see, he's sitting next to Roman Reigns. What do you guys think about the whole Roman Reigns scandal here with WWE?
he got caught up.
So what is it that they got caught with? Like, or
Is it
does
real?
anyone know?
They never said.
They never said. They just said drugs.
Well, rumor is steroids, some type of steroids.
Some type of steroids. I mean,
it could be any little small stuff, dude. It could have been.
yeah, anything that showed up.
No, you both were fans as kids.
Mhm.
Watching it as kids, did you have people tell you that would say, "Oh, wrestlers are just full of steroids"?
Yeah.
Yes and no. Like you knew who kind of was on,
Right.
and you knew who wasn't. But at the time when at the kid, I didn't know what steroids was.
Yeah.
So what is that?
See, like Vader always thought took steroids.
Really?
No, I'm just- that gut does not look natural. It looks enhanced.
So which wrestler made you get into wrestling?
Guerrero for sure, Eddie.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine was a Rock.
The Rock.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I'm
know.
off. I'm out of here.
Oh, mine was The Rock. It sounds funny, but like, because growing up watching it, I always saw like, white-skinned folks,
Right.
and then when I saw The Rock doing his thing, like talking and just being entertaining, I was like, what? Like,
And being top guy.
yeah, that's what I mean. So it's like it's cool instead of saying like The Nation, where it's just angry black dudes, like you know what I mean. And I was
Right.
just like, yeah, that's cool. Like I like it. But when The Rock like finally became The Rock by himself, I was like, damn, like, this is something.
Yeah, because he was top guy of color, and it was like,
Yeah.
I mean, untouchable.
Yeah. I just never was a big Rock fan because of the whole. Even though everybody likes the way he sold the stunner, I hated the way he sold the stunner. It just seemed so exaggerated.
Yeah,
He
but
would be and then bland. I'm
I
like,
take it you didn't like final deletion, though. You don't like how he's told.
no.
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen. Like I
What?
had final deletion. Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy.
oh, I didn't see that.
I didn't see the greatest thing ever.
We're so far we're good.
Vanguard won.
It's I don't know what it is. It's funny.
You need to watch it. It's like
It's so
the
bad.
greatest thing ever.
I saw something like what is it? GIF of like fireworks. They're shooting
Yeah.
fireworks at each other. Is that for real?
Yes, that's real. That's part of the match. It's the greatest thing ever. Lucha Underground should take notes.
It's fucked up. So what about Eddie Guerrero that caught your attention?
Like he was just usually you see like the Mexican guys are always like mid carder or especially in WWE either mid card or jobbing. He just didn't do that, you know what I mean? So
Oh.
he just had I don't know, it's hard to explain.
So you guys in a way felt represented. Like we're not like mid card guys. Like my people are actually up there.
Yeah. Like I know it kind of sounds weird, you know, but like how we were saying, like the steroid stuff. Like you always saw those big
Big white guys. Yeah.
huge, and at the time it was like that's cool. I'm not that size, you know. I don't think I'm gonna be that size. My mom and my dad ain't huge or tall.
And you can't bleach that white.
You can't. Look at Sammy Sosa, you know. So it's like, it's one of those things where when you see Edgar, Rey Mysterio, The Rock, you know, like it's like they're not huge, they're big, but they're not huge, they're not super tall, and it's just like if they can do it, I mean, we can probably do it. We can get out there like that. And like how he was saying with Eddie was that, you know, he just made everything work with the whole China thing. Like I heard Jericho tried it. Couldn't work. You know, they just didn't. But with Eddie, it was just like, all right, boom, let's do it. Let's just do it. And it's just like, and it worked, and it was entertaining, and you know, and that goes for The Rock and Eddie. Like they're both entertaining on whatever it is that you gave them, or they, you know.
And Eddie could wrestle.
Yeah.
They always matches.
They had one match and it was like the most entertaining skit of all
Yeah,
time.
that's it.
Eddie Guerrero. That's everybody asks me like which death hurts you the most. And Eddie Guerrero is
Yep.
the one that probably
Yeah.
like still to this day I watch like the tribute videos and it just like
That hit
I was
everyone
sad at
hard.
school the whole day.
yeah.
I remember.
How old were you when he?
I
Could
think
you
I
like-
was 8 or 9. I believe I was 9.
Oh, so you're still dating?
And
He's only been gone 10 years. To what, about 18, 19?
20. About to be 21.
Right?
Oh, man. So you've taken him under your wing pretty much.
Kinda. I mean, he's been doing this longer than I have. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, right. When did you start training?
I started training when I was 11.
11?
Yeah, so
See?
Did you do any of the backyard wrestling? Any of you guys do the backyard?
I did.
Yeah.
All right.
What was the name of the?
What was the name of promotion?
I
What was
don't
your
remember.
backyard wrestling name?
I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember that far back. Just because of all the wrestling hits. But because of those people, my friends, that's how I started wrestling. That's how I found EWF and stuff like that.
How'd you
I
find
didn't,
it?
I didn't know that there was a school. Like, as dumb as that sounds, I didn't know there was a school for it. I just thought you had to know somebody that, trains wrestling or whatever. And there's this one time where I was like, I'm tired of, I don't want to do backyard stuff. I want to at least give it a shot, give it a try. I was online looking up schools, and it's funny, I tell this all the time that I was this close to going to Santino's because it was a little bit closer to my house. I was that close to going, but all my friends were all like, if you're going to do it, I'm gonna do it. And there's this place over here, the EWF School of Hard Knocks. And I was like, all right, let's go for it. Let's if we're all going there, let's all go there. So I don't want all my friends over here and then me by myself over there. And then we all went to Jesse's and best decision, right?
Hey, champ. Well, 11 years old.
Yeah, I was at one of Jesse's shows. So I seen the flyers of Follow Your Dreams at School of Hard Knocks. So I think it was like 2 weeks later after I went to the show. I went in and he was like, dude, you can't train. You're a kid, you know? I didn't even hit puberty yet. You can't train. He's like,
There was like no hair anyway.
No hair.
So
Jerry.
he let me get in the ring though. As I'm marking out in the ring, lets me in the ring, and then I go. So he went. What did I say? Lost where I was at. But anyways, so he's like, come to a few trainings, just watch. You know, he's like, at least I'll let you watch. Thank you, by the way. So it was like a Saturday. It was the first Saturday I went. He was like, get in the ring. I'm in jeans, a freaking Mark shirt, you know, Undertaker on, freaking John Cena on my shirt.
Oh, Mark with an Undertaker shirt.
All that, dude. Anyway.
Hey, you know, shut up. This shirt's like 5 years old, okay?
Hey.
So he lets me in, he starts making me hit the ropes, start taking bumps. And then, so that was just it from there. One day I was there and hit the ropes.
Wow.
Now, did your parents tell you guys were crazy?
My parents, they're like, we got to get him into something because he's bad. I was a bad little kid. Like, we can't have him run in the streets. So from age 11 to 16, I'll let you do wrestling training. So wrestling.
How did your friends react to that? Like,
well, at school, I kept it like a secret. You know?
Oh,
It was on some Clark Kent stuff. You know?
he had glasses at school. Take them off.
I was under a mask. I had my first match at 13. I wrestled with that up until 16.
That's crazy, dude.
So yeah, I wouldn't tell anybody. And like I had close homies that I would tell, but like, pretty much like nobody knew that I wrestled. I kind of kept it secret because at the time it wasn't socially acceptable. Yeah.
I did that with video games when I used to play in the arcades. I used to tell my girlfriend I had a job in the weekend.
Really?
Yeah, I'll just be in the arcades.
You know what's funny is that I get because he was a rock fan, so I'm pretty sure it was more socially acceptable when you were in school, right?
Yeah, yes.
And when you were in,
Not with girls.
not with the girl. Well, you know what? It depends.
Well,
During the Attitude Era,
I mean,
girls would watch. Not as much as
Yes
they do
and
now.
no. Well, because we're out, like, not saying my neighborhood is bad, but like it's like gang affiliated and stuff like that. So if you bring up wrestling, they're just like, oh, that's gay, that's dumb, it's this and it's that. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's stupid. You know, trying to hide my rock shirt. Yeah, it's stupid.
like kids have it lucky. I remember I couldn't wear a Batman shirt like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Now all fucking adults wear it. It's like, fuck, man.
No, for real. Like that's how it was back in the day, where it was just like certain things you can't. And it's not like anything like I couldn't wear this shirt like 10, 12 years ago.
Nice.
If I did, it'd be like, yo man, what's up with that shirt? Like oh, nothing, dude, chill. Like
Now you could probably get some hoe off that shirt. Like, I like Ninja Turtles too. Bam.
I remember right when I got into middle school, I folded all my wrestling shirts, put them in a drawer. Never wore them again.
Yeah, that's so sad because I got like 3 drawers full of wrestling T-shirts right now that I've had throughout the year.
but now
Now it's acceptable.
I say it loud and proud, like, yeah, I'm a wrestler, you know. I love wrestling. That's what yeah.
It's crazy. I was going through my old shirts. I have like 8 Eddie Guerrero shirts. 8 different ones.
Nice.
Half of them were from the swap meet. I said, I'm your poppy, and they had like a ghetto picture. Yeah.
Which was your favorite? Did you have a favorite wrestling T-shirt?
Mhm.
Over here at the store, we have kids that they have to buy them a new T-shirt because they said the kid will not change their shirt for like 2 months.
No, not really. I never had a wrestling shirt.
No?
No.
Oh,
You couldn't wear it like.
oh, that's true. He's thinking about it.
Yeah, I am, but no, I didn't. The one shirt I remember my stepbrother having was the Stone Cold one. He's doing this, but his hands are like snakes.
Yeah.
Those. I remember that one, and I wanted to wear it, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't like it anymore." And he like gave it to me. I was like, "Oh yeah," but he's a heavier guy, so it was this was when I was in high school. I was smaller, and then he was big. It was a 3X. So I like legit, just super proud, just this baggy shirt of Stone Cold. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm bad right now. It's all big.
I remember in elementary, I got a citation. I had a Stone Cold shirt that arrived, raised leave. I was the baddest one in school. I had a citation, called my mom, everything.
Now it's funny because my son, who's in going to be in 3rd grade, they wouldn't let him wear the Bootios shirt. Yeah, because they said it says booty. I'm like, but it's positivity.
Right?
They didn't fall for it. Man. But now you know, talking about T-shirts, and we were talking about this up there, so I won't say anything.
Oh, motherfuckers be having more shirts than matches.
How do they feel? Like, do you guys have your own shirts?
Soon.
Yeah.
I'm actually starting my own brand, so.
Oh, damn.
But now when you see people, like, when you do have your own wrestling tees, and you see people wearing them, does it make you feel different now because as a kid you wore them, and now people are going to wear your shirt?
Yeah, definitely. It's humbling, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, somebody wants to buy your picture, your shirt, you know. Adrian, why don't you have merch? Damn, that's a good question, you know.
Yeah, no, for real, 'cause like when we first were going at it, like wrestling and stuff like that, you didn't think. Well, with me, I didn't think people like cared about the Andy Brown or the brand. So like once people are like, oh, I want to get a picture, or I want to buy this, I want to get a shirt, this and that. It's like, you guys really want something with like me or my face or my name on it? I'm like, hell yeah, dude, what the hell? You know, this and that. So like I know it sounds dumb, but I just started selling pictures, like 8x10s, and they're gone quick.
And I totally marked out when he won the belt. I took a picture of him.
Really?
So,
Yeah, I heard you cuss him. Like in the videos, like, cause I watched that match was just so like, to me it was amazing, and you could see him in the back like, damn, like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
you made me mark out.
Now, what was the hardest part you guys saw in training? Like, what made you kind of like say like, oh, fuck, what did I get myself into?
When like a huge guy would come in, he's like, oh, look, let me bump him around. I was like 11, 12, you know. And so, I remember I'd like be so sore the next day, like I'd link to the school bus, and then like the teacher was asking, you get beat at home? Like, man, like, I was all messed up going to school.
That must have been hard to explain. Especially when he's trying Clark Kent, he's trying to be Clark Kent at school. He's walking off.
What are you talking about?
Could have been worse. You know, you could have been asked like, "Oh, well, we know what you were doing last night."
Mine, it was the cardio.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my thing, cause like before I got into wrestling, it was a little like I wasn't a good person or a kid, I would say, and then I was just like getting in the ring. I was like, oh, I could do this. Hit the ropes and I'll be fine. But then they made you do like the 3-minute hitting the ropes, and I'll be like, hit the rope, and then I'll just start being tired. I can't breathe. And they're like, all right, now we're gonna slam you. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. You can do this. And I'm just like, nah, I can't do it, dude. Like, no. But the love of it just made me go. It made me. I threw up a lot. You know. So luckily, not in the ring. Like as soon as I was about to, I'll just powder out. Like, what are you doing? I was like, hold up, and I get back in, and then can I go again? Like, you know, so.
I wonder how your cardio would hold up.
I don't know. I mean, I'm good in bed. I'm like an hour 30. You girls know.
You know, I'm gonna ask you a serious question because you have a lot of young kids. I know there's a couple young kids at the EWF. I know one of them. Mm-hmm. But I always tell young kids, because I coach baseball, that you have to be really dedicated to get where you have to, and where you want to be, and you have to sacrifice a lot of stuff. Yeah. Now, you're only going to be 21. Right. I'm guessing you're a little older. Okay. Yeah. To get where you want to be, I'm sure.
How old?
I'm 27.
27. Okay. Yeah. So you're still young. Getting to where you want to be, because I'm guessing everybody's goal is to be, you know, WWE, Lucha Underground,
Ring of Honor,
something, or PWG, right?
Yeah.
How much have you sacrificed? Like, I mean, like as much as like
you went from 11
family. Well, I'm saying, but no, but you know, as an 11-year-old, you mean you still have that when you're in high school. You still have that party life that people are trying to get you sucked into, And now if you're trying to get where you want to get, and even at 20 or 27, you still got that party life that you want to still do. Have you had to give that up, or what have you sacrificed?
I'm still young and have like enough energy, so I'll go do a show, zoom back home, and then hit a party. So, but I have sacrificed a lot too. I've missed like birthdays or something, relationships that I cut off because just wrestling is everything.
Yeah, my thing is like, because I have a son. He's a year and 8 months. So like when he was born, it was always, or it turned into like him instead of just me. It's him. So like when I have to like miss like a milestone of his, like when he's starting to crawl or starting to walk, it's like, because I'm at a show or whatever. And like how you were saying, like the party life, that's like before I got into wrestling, that was it. I would always, every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it was just like partying, and then like when wrestling happened, it was just like, oh, we're gonna go to a party, like, oh, we'll have a show, and they're like just come over here, like nah, like maybe after, and then like after, like, hey, you guys still kicking it, like nah, it's cool, So it was like I lost friends because of that, but now thinking about it, it was like it's a great thing because if they I'm trying to word this right. If it was easy for them to just like push me away just because I wanted to go drink with them, then they weren't real friends, And if they're not supporting my dream, then I don't need them, So
That's some deep stuff. Yeah, I just figured because like I always say, you have to sacrifice a lot of stuff: time, partying, women, or
like
you don't
family,
like women, men, whatever.
It's always for him. He has a son,
Yeah,
my family. Like, there's times where like, oh, we want to do this, and it's like, oh, I have a show. Like, oh, well, it's cool. Come back. When you come back, we'll do it. Like, oh, well, I'm coming back late. Like when we do the San Bernardino shows, I live like an hour from there. So like 7 to like whenever it's over, take the ring down, and as soon as it's done, it's like already like 11 or 12, and then when I come back, they're already in bed. So I see them when they wake up, hug and kiss, bye, I'll see you later. Go do the show, come back, and then they're asleep. So it's like, like I see them from bed to bed, and it's just like, kind of breaks your heart a little bit, you're just like, but like, and
I know that's pretty much when you run a business, same thing as a wrestler, you sacrifice a lot of time.
I can only imagine,
You're running your own business by booking yourself and doing this, and it is hard to like get up in the mornings, you see your kids for like an hour, and then it's like, oh, I gotta go to work, and then you get stuck at work. By the time you come home, that's why the first thing I do when I get home is I ignore the wife, I ignore everything else, I go right into their room, give them
with
their
the kids, right?
hug,
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what I do.
I'll lay in the bed maybe 5 minutes just hugging them for a little bit, and then I'll get up and go.
And do business with wife.
Yeah,
put in the work.
Because I'm trying to avoid a fourth one.
So you guys constantly train, right? Still, right?
Yeah,
yeah, not like some other guys. So anyways, so I mean that's more sacrificing right there because it's during the week that you're not seeing them, or weekends where you guys don't have shows. So it is a lot of,
so
not just a show every 2-3 weeks.
So we train 2 to 3 times a week or so, maybe sometimes more. So it'd be like when I train, it's Tuesday, Thursday. Tuesday got work on Wednesday, Thursday training, and then show Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday. So it's just like Monday we all the family. Tuesday, like I'm a stay-at-home dad. I have work in the morning, so as soon as I'm done, I'm with him. He wakes up, so it's like, oh, I'm sleepy, but I want to be with him. And then from there, on Tuesday, I go to training. Don't see him until I come home, and sometimes he's awake. If not, he's asleep. So that's when I try to like kiss him softly because like I don't know, man, he jumped to those terrible 2s already. So if I wake him up, he's energized and ready to just destroy everything. And then Wednesday,
my daughter at age 2 won 2 PS3s and a TV, so she better pay that shit when she grows up. It's like I have it noted, like it's in the fucking IOU. She'll pay that shit.
Now, for you, because you're 20, the girlfriends. Is it harder? Do you tell them you're a wrestler when you meet the girl, or do you wait?
Does that get you paid?
I had a girlfriend in high school, and I waited like a year to tell her. Yeah, I remember. She was so pissed.
I think you hide that for a year.
I hid it. I'd be like, oh, I take naps after school. I'd go train. Why are you gonna take a 4-hour nap? That's sleep, I'd go train. I told her, and she's like, oh man. wow, you're lying to me the whole time. Applause.
That's
I'm
funny.
a wrestler, yeah.
How did she take it?
I should.
Yeah?
And then,
I think she was just
my
more mad
last
about the
girlfriend-
line.
Yeah, probably about lying.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
that's
we hear of
She
lying.
probably thought he had another girl.
Yeah.
It was wrestling with a girl.
My last girlfriend, she was super cool. She would go to some of the shows, you know. She was super cool, but I'm just too busy. Like, I just think it just doesn't work. She goes to school full time, and goes to work full time, and I'm at work full time, and wrestling is my other life, you know. I'm trying to fit like everything in with like family, wrestling, a job, you know, trying to start my own brand. Just, it's too much.
Now, when you guys became champs, is that when you knew you pretty much made it to where you, to the goal you first established for yourself?
Yes and no. And the reason I say this is because like this is 20 years, EWF's 20 years, and like I was blessed to be able to main event that 20-year anniversary, and that in itself is just, you know, mind blowing. Just to think, like, because when I started, I didn't think I was gonna make it. To be honest, when I was training, I was like, I'm not gonna, you know, and like Jesse keeps telling me, like, get your stuff, get gear, like, come on, like, we want you, like, nah, no, you don't, like, you know. And then I finally debuted and stuff like that, and you know, just worked through everything. And then when I was able to earn this, it was like, you know, yeah, you know. But now it's like, I don't want to say I'm at the top or anything, but now that I have it, now it's like, can I keep entertaining? Can I keep like performing at like a high level in matches now? Because it's like, okay, you're the champ. What's next? What are we gonna do? Like, what's next? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, am I gonna be able to pop him still or not? Or is it gonna be like, he's fucking,
Yeah, I saw this shit on there.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like things like that, and like, yeah. So like with this guy, like finally getting the recognition that he deserves. Like the match he had with Douglas James, and then like Scorpio Sky, it was just one of those like, not necessarily taken away from all the other cards, but it's like, I want to be better than him. I want to be better than that match. I want to be better than that match. You know what I mean?
compete with him constantly because there's only one guy I try to be better than like on the whole EWF roster. It's him. 'Cause he's right there, you know. So I have to try to top him. But if we're in like the same match, we're in a tag match.
I still,
you know, like,
still.
I gotta be cleaner than him. I gotta
Still.
do this better than him.
Yeah.
Now, how did they, when they throw you in together as a tag team? I mean, because I'm sure you guys were just wanting to be singles.
Yeah, I like.
I couldn't picture myself in a tag for the longest.
Yeah.
Like, what would I do in a tag? You know.
I was watching a lot of tag team, and I was like, I want to do it. I want to try it. And then like when they put us together, I was like, there's no one better than him, because like we clicked really well. Like outside of wrestling, we clicked really well. So when we finally were like, all right, we were like, and make you do backflips and stuff like that. So yeah, let's give it a shot.
So you were Colossus and he was Wolverine.
And so,
I gotta be Wolverine.
But like he was saying off the air about certain tag teams, how you could tell they don't click, or they're just off, or they're just one's being themselves, the other's being themselves. They're not really that click.
You mean?
How do you guys like decide like how to make the team work without pretty much outshining the other one?
Well, we're really nitpicky. Like he'll ask me one thing, I'm like, nah, and I'll be like, oh, we should try this. He'll be like, nah. Until we like meet like a
in the middle somehow. Yeah.
So you guys are a married couple then? That's basically what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
You have to compromise at the end and be like,
we'll argue like in the back. We'll argue. No, we should try this. No, we should try this.
Yeah.
And then like, damn, like. But by the time we get into the match, it's like perfect, you know. So like it's like nothing goes wrong during the match, but like in the back, we're like, nah, we should do this, or we should do that. So finally meet in the middle at the end of about to go, you know, out the curtain, and then it just works.
That, and also I think that we both want to put on a great match, show, whatever you want to call it. That it's like, we're not like, if I have a like, oh, I want to do this, and he's just like, nah, it doesn't sound good. It's like, okay, and what do you think I should do, or something like that, and then be like, oh, try this or whatever. Like I keep telling him like, you gotta do more like at 6:30.
More flippy stuff, dude.
Yeah, and he's just like, man, I don't feel like doing it today. And I was like, dude, if I could do it, I
would.
would. Yeah, like I've been practicing
Like that,
backflips, so that's gonna come out soon. I don't know
Like
when.
back.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
So like a married couple, besides arguing, do you guys ever get like so pissed off at each other at the end of the night and be like, ah, fuck it, this team's over?
No.
Not over. Saturday.
See, everything comes out on this show.
We don't mean that.
No, we have to. Saturday was the one where, not like, oh, this team's over, nothing like that. But that was the one time I was like getting really upset. But it wasn't like, it was like an understanding reason, because like I was getting covered and we're about to lose, and this dude jumps and I happen to kick out, and when he goes, his like elbow or forearm cracked me right in the jaw, and it was just like,
Mother.
and I'm like, what happened? And I'm looking at him just like, I'm like, oh, it was you, bro. Why? You know, and it's just, it like rocked me throughout the match, but that was funny. It was,
Hey, my bad.
no.
He's still young, right? So
But he made the save, so that's all that counts.
So EWF is very family friendly. That's what I noticed there. Oh, that felt very out of place, but there was booze, so I mean, it's like they wanted me to come out. So so I could see that like if you're a heel, it doesn't take much to get like the heat right there. But how does it feel when you guys go from that type of audience and then you go to like where like a bunch of marks like me or like let's say an AWS or any other show like SoCal Pro? Well, SoCal Pro is kind of the same. Right?
Yeah, they're
It's
kind of the
family
same,
friendly.
yeah.
Well, you did AWS.
Yeah.
Because that's where.
I like it. I love that, because it's like we talk about it all the time, like I guess the EWF, stigma we call it, where it's just like people don't, like, I don't know, it's weird, like people don't like see EWF guys and just like, oh, they're gonna do awesome, they're gonna be awesome, but you see like, I don't want to like name drop or anything, but you see certain guys and it's just like, oh, this is gonna be awesome, this is gonna be awesome. Like, well, EWF's awesome too, we have some awesome guys. So like when I did the AWS show, they all saw me and they were like, oh, this is the EWF guy, we'll see. And then I did my thing and then they were like, yeah, like this guy, yeah, hell yeah. And it's just like, dude, there's a whole bunch of a roster of guys at EWF that's awesome, But going back to your question, I'm sorry. Going from a family friendly to like a one of those
Marky Marks.
Marky Marks. It's I like it. I like doing it because like they kind of understand more of like the style like I try to do, like strikes and suplexes and stuff like that. So when they see things like that, and then like I'll do something and they're like, yeah, like, oh, now you guys cheer for me, like, but even though I'm supposed to be the good guy,
Yeah.
like, but I think they get it. They understand where like I'm trying to do, where I'm coming from. So they're just like, oh, over here it's like, yay, like know me as a face, and over here they're like, impress me.
Yeah.
And then when I do it, it's just like, okay, like, ah.
Is that how you were? First time you saw him? Let's be honest.
First time I saw him, I was like, eh.
Where was it? At
It was
AWS?
at AWS.
Okay.
So the reason I never went to EWF shows because everybody was telling me, oh, it's family friendly, blah blah. So I'm like, I don't want to be right there cussing and all that shit. So I
You
never.
were there the
Went.
last time, right? At the anniversary.
I went at the
Did you
anniversary.
see that old lady that was at the
Yeah.
Mexican old lady? Dude, she probably cusses more than
You're
you.
one of the worst ones. I'm telling you, little Mexican
Yeah,
old
dude,
ladies are
like-
the worst.
No, she was like what, second row or from
Yeah,
one of
second.
But she was just.
She's gnarly, dude. Like they go up to her, like she's not afraid.
Yeah, 'cause
She's like,
hate
"What's
was
up?
going
What's
on."
up?" Like she,
Yeah.
But that's what I mean, dude. Like,
Yeah, so I mean, I get what you're talking about when people do look at EWF guys like that, like, oh, it's an EWF guy.
yeah.
But then I started noticing, I'm like, wait, this guy came from EWF. This guy came from EWF.
Exactly.
And then Fidel kept fucking throwing it in my face. So I was like, maybe he's right. So I did go check out the show. Yeah, it wasn't what I normally go to, but I did enjoy it. Again,
Yeah.
obviously you saw me pop for the main event, so
That's good.
You know?
Go ahead, man.
Why did you pop?
that was a bad match. It was a really good match. I mean,
Fidel's also one of those guys that's finally getting his recognition that he deserves.
Yeah.
When I first came in, I mean, he was one of the guys that took me under his wing, so I give him mad props.
He's like, yeah.
He's
Listening
so
to that
good,
podcast that he was when the last time he was
Yeah.
here, that because like I hear him all the time. We talk sometimes, and he's just like he'll tell me those stories, and like we'll talk a little bit. And he inspired me a lot to just like, because of like how he used to be, to like being the body guy, being the body guy, just changing his life and like all this stuff, man. It's very, he influenced me a lot, dude. A
So
lot.
could have a good match with a boomstick, dude.
Yeah.
Don't tell him that because then we'll end up with one of those videos. With you know what? Speaking of, because you know how you said when you go to another promotion, they don't know you and everything.
Mm.
Now don't take this offensive, but for him, I can see him, hitting the switch. Like, hey, if they start booing him, I can see him kind of
Why?
turning on it. Oh, just big guy, you have the hair, everything. No, not offensive, but you're a smaller guy.
Yeah.
You look like you're tall.
You look like, well, you look like you're always gonna be. You look like that goody. You know what it is? I'll tell you right now. You look like the goody two shoes, like like Evan Bourne when he was in WWE. He always had that look like you're never gonna be the bad guy. We can't boo you
Because he was always hot.
right. Yeah, of course. What do you do? I mean, how do you get? Like, if you go to another promotion, they don't know who the hell you are.
I just wrestle, man. Like, that's pretty much all I do. I don't try to impress the internet. Like, I just try to do the best I can and try to have the best match of the night. If I could do that, that's how I've always worked. Like, I've never tried to be I don't know how do you explain it, like the most like heelish or most baby face. I just try to be the best match on the card.
Is that something you learned from like Jesse and EWF, or just something?
Just like it's a mental thing. Like I watched a lot of Ed Guerrero. You knew if he was on the card, it's the best match already.
Well, it sounds like the old ECW. Like
Right.
you saw those guys come out, Dean Malenko and everything. They're like the best match of the whole show.
Now, the stereotype that I just gave you, because
Right.
you're smaller, you're the baby face.
You don't think I could go hit him?
Mm.
Well, this is what I'm gonna go to. And once again, don't take this the wrong way.
He has a bottle. You would smash it.
Yeah. But do you get the reason I did do the stereotyping? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of maybe promoters might say, "Oh, he's a face." Do you hate when they do that?
No, I don't mind it. Whatever they want to use me as is what they're gonna do. But just know that
As long as you're on the show. So
just know that I'm gonna be match of the night.
Would you like to be a heel?
I mean, if that's what the promoter wanted, then that's what the promoter's gonna do.
So how hard is it for you guys? Like for EWF, you're the face. If I book you tomorrow and I tell you I want you to be a heel, how hard is
Would you
is
be
it?
downtown?
Yeah.
How
hard is it?
How hard is it?
How hard is it? You know what it is in
Won't
the
be hard at
SoCal
all,
scene,
man.
because you go from EWF to AWS to FCW and blah 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 blah, and you know that consistency and storyline is never there because everybody books you however they want.
Mm.
But is it hard to say, okay, this show you're going to be a face, and then the next night you have to be a heel, and then the next night you're going to be a face? You know what I mean? Is it
Yeah.
hard to hit that switch?
Well, I haven't been able to do that yet because everywhere I go, like it's face, face, face. I think because they kind of know me by now. But I don't think it's hard. Like I wouldn't believe it's hard because like Jesse Hernandez, my trainer, he taught me all that stuff. He taught me the facials and like how to do this and how to play that and how to act like this. So it's like it wouldn't be hard to me. Like I was taught that it's easier to go into a room full of people and have them hate you than it is for them to love you or to like you or whatever, you know what I mean? So, because you can just go into a room and just cuss at them or just say dirty things, and now they're going to be like, forget this fool, you know? But it's harder to go in there and it's like, hey, high five? And it's just like, you know, it's like, why? Like, do something to... I feel like it's easier to be a heel than it is a face, or, yeah.
Yeah, because if you would come on high five and stuff.
Exactly. But if I go up to you and flip you off, then you're going to be like, you're going to flip me back off or like, what's up, you know?
I think it's embarrassing when indie guys they come out and they're like trying to do the high fives, but nobody's like. At least
I remember when I first started, I used to do that.
I used to be like, yeah, and then
when
they
I
just
first started, I would just head to the ring because I was
smart.
like, they're not gonna.
You see those dumb little kids going, yeah.
I used to hate when those kids would, like, I would try that, and then like first time I got a kid, like yeah, and then they go, I was like, I did, like I'm all like, but I'm a good guy. Like, nah, shut up. Like, okay.
I have a feeling this guy would be the sickest heel in the world. I don't know why I get that feeling.
Watch me in training, dude.
So have you guys tried branching out to other spots? Because I know you do SoCal Pro, right?
Yeah,
You
You do it as well, right?
A little bit.
But aside from that, like, have you guys...
we're slowly getting out there.
Slowly.
We're doing DWE.
DWE tomorrow. I just 2 weekends ago I did OWA
Oh, okay.
and in San Diego.
How'd you like that? I've been to those shows.
It was dope. I liked it.
Do they still do it by Balboa Park?
So it's just like this venue where it's like a little dome, and it's like graffiti all inside. It's
Oh, okay, I know
all
what you're-
inside. So.
Yeah, there's no booze there. That's why.
That's how I know my locations.
Your venue.
Like, oh, there's no booze there. So I gotta somehow capture all the jobber matches.
Now, when you did AWS, and then they went on the hiatus after that, right? Are you looking forward to coming back soon to AWS now that they're?
Am I
Sorry?
looking to come back
Yeah.
or them?
Are you looking forward to coming back if they start
I
running monthly?
Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so, because like
Bart.
what's up? Because that's like you have all the guys there, like a lot of. Because you have like a bunch of these guys that I want to wrestle. You know what I mean? Like Willie Mack, Brian Cage, all them. I want to wrestle.
I'm out of here. I'm tired of this cage.
Really?
Because he's getting his shit in up there.
That's my girl up there. I won't show up there, but me and him have a little rivalry right now.
But yeah, but that'll be the place.
So I can see you and Willie Mack in a match.
I hope.
That would be really cool.
We've talked about it before. Me and Willie, we've talked about like sometime doing it, and hopefully it comes either AWS, EWF. It doesn't matter. Just I don't know.
I know you have to do AWS soon.
Oh, hopefully. I mean, when I was younger, I would go to the shows. I remember EWF and AWS, like at least once a year they would have a joint show. I always hope I'd be on it. But there's so much talent. Just being so young, you get overshadowed, Now that I'm a little bit older, and if they do start running like more frequently, I hope to get on there.
Justin Borden spoke highly of your match with Douglas James.
Oh.
Okay. Now you're getting recognition from that match.
Yeah.
So your name's getting.
Wait, where can I see this match? Yeah,
YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
on YouTube.
Totally gonna watch it.
Are you happy like right now where you are? I'm sure you're not.
Yeah.
You guys' goals
Yeah.
aren't
Yeah.
are set higher, but are you happy now that you're getting some more recognition? Especially this year, it seems like your name's getting thrown out there more.
Yeah, definitely. Like, remember last year, like I was kind of like iffy, like I kind of want to branch out so I can make my name here. But I'm happy right now. But I'd also like to branch out more.
I know that you were highly talked about at the AWS show. You were one of the guys that they said we have to keep an eye out for.
Yeah.
So do you feel you're living up to that, or?
Yes and no. I would say yes, but at the same time I would say no, just because I like to put a lot of pressure on myself to just like not be settled as like oh yeah, we'll look at them. Nah, you're gonna remember my name. You're gonna remember me. You're gonna see me everywhere. You know what I mean? So that's what I try to do.
When you guys take bookings, how do you decide it's a good show, or do you try to get booked on anything possible?
I don't try to get booked on anything. I have to look at the promotion. Like I won't destroy my name going to somewhere that only brings in 15 people.
Shut up.
Mr. California.
Yeah, I won't disgrace my name.
Yeah, the same thing.
Have you guys heard of Mr. California?
I've heard of him.
Would you work for him?
Dude, I was gonna come try to kick her ass.
Yeah.
What by me?
I don't know.
It's your fault.
Nah, he won't do shit.
Okay, like
Is that him at the door though?
when you do hear about promoters like that, though, how do you like turn them down? Like, what do you tell them? Just like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I just say no. You try to be professional as possible, So you just like you don't want to be like, no, I heard some stuff about you, blah blah blah. You don't want to do that. You just thanks, but no thanks.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Is that something like Jesse taught you guys? Or something? 'Cause
Yeah.
that's one thing about him. I know he's very respected and he's very.
He taught he taught us like he's like how do you say it, dad figure to all of us, like everyone that steps in. Like he taught
Like Mr. Miyagi.
yeah straight up like rule number 1: as soon as you walk into a room, you shake everybody's hand. And not a lot of people do that nowadays. Like you're like, hey, what's up? Like they just do that. Like I guess it's cool, but at the same time, it's like not old school mentality, So it's just like shake everyone's hand, you say hello to everyone.
But if you think about it, like if you go to the barbecue on Sunday, like first thing you do is shake everyone's hands. Like
yeah, pretty much. So it's like he taught us all about this stuff, like like the ins and outs, some ins and out of wrestling. Like he still has a lot more to teach us, of course. But right now we're I feel like we're a step ahead of a lot of people in that. So.
You've been 20 years for EWF, right? It's been 20 years. You have the championship, the heavyweight.
Yeah.
You guys are a tag team.
Right.
I asked Camden, remember?
Yeah.
Except he's a SoCal pro.
Yeah.
How do you guys intend to like live up to the reputation that they have as their champions?
Dude.
Like how? I mean,
I like as soon as I was holding it and I go to the back and I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, man, this is awesome. Damn, now I gotta live up like to this reputation and like I don't know, man. Like I just like try to go out there and do the best matches I can possibly do. You know what I mean? Like where we look back at this like at the 30-year anniversary and we look back and like, you know who was a really good heavyweight champion? Like Andy Brown. Like, hopefully.
he'll be champion by that time, right?
Same thing with the tag titles.
Not to sound like messed up or anything, but I hope I get picked up or I'm out of the States by the time my time comes around to hold the EWF belt. Because I don't want to be around long enough to, you know, I just want to do Japan, Mexico, UK, wherever I could go. So,
Yeah.
Is WWE the goal?
If it's there, yeah.
it's always the main goal. But
Yeah.
I think like
You in your WWE.
Well, he's a, you know what? I'm going back to it. He doesn't
I would have
understand.
said Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor's mine.
I would have totally said Ring of
But
Honor.
that's like saying, no offense to anybody, no offense to Ring of Honor. But if I'm a baseball guy, like I said, I'm playing in the major leagues.
For the Red Sox.
I'm not gonna say, oh, I'd rather be. I just want to be a New York Met. No, I want to be a New York Yankee because they have the you know the dynasty. They're the team. They're it in the major leagues, even though they suck. Even though they beat the fucking Cleveland Indians. But you know what I mean. So when you get in wrestling, I always say this: you don't go. Most of the kids now, or even back then, you can disagree with me. When you get into wrestling, a kid now doesn't see. I don't know who's the face of Ring of Honor right now.
Why do you say Jay
Jay
Lethal?
Lethal.
I mean, kicked everybody's ass.
Who?
Jay Lethal's
Jay Lethal. Okay, no kid's gonna look at Jay Lethal and
For
say,
me, the face of that.
"That's what I want to be." When you go, but when you see John Cena and Roman Reigns or Dean Ambrose, you're like, "That's what I want to do."
And I'd rather be Dalton Castle.
But as a kid, though, I'm just saying, like when
That dude's so dope.
when you saw Eddie Guerrero, you probably were like, "That's what I want to
Yeah.
do." And if you look at, he probably didn't see Arn Anderson and say, "Hey, that's
What?
me."
It's kind of like even like
When you get older.
No, even when I was like really little, like I had like looked at everything when I started watching. Because I didn't just start watching WWE. Once I got into WWE, I started getting my hands into everything. I was watching indie stuff, Mexico, CMLL, AAA, New Japan, Noah, everything.
He's already dope, too. See?
We were on the same page.
Learn from the kid.
But I'm saying, when you see Guerrero, that's who got you, right? When you saw The Rock.
Yeah.
And that's why I go back to. That's your goal, pretty much. I would think that's every wrestler's
I
goal.
do see where you're coming from, though. I do see that.
I'm not saying like maybe if Ring of Honor didn't come and WWE doesn't, you can say, hey,
I just feel like when you get older, you start like understanding wrestling
Right.
a little more, and like as weird as it sounds, understanding your body figure and like, oh well, I'm not gonna ever be 6'5" or 6'8", 3 whatever. So then you start looking at like the Jay Lethals, the Dalton Castles, and you're just like, I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
I can do that. I can, so.
could also be Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy.
Vanguard one.
Rather near. Right, that's what I'm saying. When you're a kid, though, that's why I go back to. When you're a kid, you start this way, and I think once you get older,
Yeah.
it's like when you're a kid and you watch. You always cheer for your parents' favorite baseball, football.
Always opposite.
When we're like
Yeah.
5, you're like, oh, my dad's a Dodger fan. I'm a Dodger fan. Then you get older and you kind of start seeing branching off to like,
Yeah,
oh wait,
that
I
makes
like
sense.
this team better than this team, right? Or you don't see it that way.
Yeah, I see it that way. When you start developing your own like mindset of like, oh wow, I like this style or I like that better. Yeah.
Man, it's like I'm telling you, as a dad, I see my kids. My older son, you try to teach him, baseball, so I try to get him into baseball. He rejected it.
Yeah.
And then the middle one, The funny thing is, my older one's named after baseball. He hates baseball. He's named after a baseball player. And then the middle one's named after a wrestler, Chris Jericho. Except his name, we doesn't have the Chris. His name's Jericho, and his favorite wrestler is not Jericho. You know, his favorite wrestler was Edge. I couldn't stand Jericho. But and right now he likes the Cleveland Indians. But I guarantee you, in 5 years, he'll probably hate baseball altogether.
Yeah.
See, I get you because I try to teach my daughter Street Fighter and she likes Minecraft.
See, you just wait. You're just started.
I know, dude.
It's kind of awesome when they like something you like. Like it melts your heart.
Don't get any ideas though. You
Like,
can't have any.
it's the best feeling when you guys like something. Like when she liked Digimon, dude. Oh my god, dude.
When I was watching Ring of Honor a few nights ago, and then like he's running up and down, and he's seeing like, oh, and it was funny because it was Jay Lethal. He's starting to watch, and he's just like, oh, and the funniest thing in the world is like I started like, oh man, that's so cool, like that's my little dude. He likes what I like. I think her name is Taylor Hendricks.
Yeah.
I think she pops up.
Oh,
on the screen.
like
And he goes, he's like, oh, and then like she pops up and he goes, oh. I was like, like I got so happy. Oh, man. So it was cool.
that story.
See, we're talking about all his dad stuff, and he's probably gonna be like, God damn, I gotta get started.
I tell him that when we drive up to a show or something like that, and he's just like, oh, how are you? I was like, dude, I got shit all over my hands. I have caca all over my hands. My son did this and did that. And he goes, oh, well, I'm like, cool, like, where's your bag at? I was like, God, I forgot the bag. Just all these things because you're just running around doing everything for the kids and stuff. So he's just like, I was taking a nap and I'm up now. I was like, dude, I wish.
When somebody watching the podcast says his son's name is Shawn Michaels, but he loves John Cena. That's pretty bad. That's what's bad.
Yeah, he just kid Shawn Michaels.
No, that's cool, but when you like John Cena, damn.
I would name my son Marty Jannetty.
What do you guys do on your free time?
Work, and then trying to
Wait a
save
minute.
rent.
I mean, you have a job? Wrestling's not your job?
Oh, I mean, I'm a dental assistant during the day, which I hate.
Oh,
My
damn, you
boss
deal with all those
hates me,
kids,
but
huh?
she keeps me up, so no. It's funny because I'm always like gazing off. And she's like, that show. And I'm like, what are you thinking of? It's always wrestling. I'm always thinking about wrestling.
What do you spend it with your son?
Family time, yeah, with me, my son and my lady. We try to all go somewhere or just chill at the house or whatever. Yeah.
No baseball, basketball?
I don't like baseball.
I was in basketball when I was little. I hated it.
Why? Just
That's
because
the
it's on a
third
roll
time-
today.
That's like the third time you did that.
I'm
The
done.
Rock,
I'm done.
no.
First,
Brian Cage,
yeah,
no.
I'm done. I'm just.
Baseball, no.
I was in
He likes Ring of Honor,
basketball.
dude.
Ring of basketball?
Yeah, when I was little, I was terrible at it. I was terrible at basketball.
My thing was football.
Football?
Football, yeah.
Who's your team?
Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, God.
You too, bro?
No.
You just, so you feel my pain with the Cleveland Indians.
Yes,
A lot of patience.
yeah, you just gotta weather
Guys
the
don't know
storm.
patience.
you don't know patience unless you cheer for the Cleveland Indians.
Oh, Raider
Let me tell you. Oh, yeah, that's pretty bad,
Yeah.
Raider.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, hey, we did good last year, huh? I got to see Woodson's last game at the Pro Bowl.
So you only hate wrestling, that's
So on
it.
TV or live?
Well, I like
Right.
baseball. I like
Oh,
baseball.
Not a
you
girlfriend,
see?
man.
Hang on.
We're best friends
Baseball,
again.
Huh?
But I'm
Not
not
a
like,
sugar mom.
like I'll watch it if it's there, like I won't like I can't tell you statistics or who's who. I like baseball. When I was really little, I liked hockey. I never understood like the rules or anything. I just sit there and watch it. That's what I wanted to
Hockey
do
was
before.
boring to me, dude. Like, I would say that, like, oh, hockey's boring, and then Mondo Vega used to get pissed. It's, how you not like da da da? Like, oh, I'm sorry.
I think hockey is, if you don't know the rules, of course, it's kind of like, but what I find interesting is you have to be fucking ice skating and trying to hit a little puck
Yeah.
at the same
That
time
seems like
while somebody's going to attack
hard,
you
yeah.
and drop you. I think that's like, okay, that's pretty damn
And
hard.
that puck is not like it's big.
No, it's like a little
Yeah.
round.
So it's like, man, it's crazy.
Now you
Bring
got,
Mondo back.
now you got a big match coming up in August at, what did Go Lucha?
Yeah,
Did I get the name right?
Go
versus Eli Everfly.
Eli Everfly. It was booked by.
I feel that I brought that to his attention. I don't know if he'll give me credit.
When he presented it to you, were you pretty excited to wrestle him? I mean,
Yeah, it's someone I'd have wanted to wrestle on the SoCal scene. So I have a few guys I want to wrestle on the SoCal scene, but he's one of them. I remember he was talked about very highly, like around 2013 in that. Or 2014, I was making my way back, and I was like, "Who's that guy?" You know. And then even when I came back 2014, I mean, yeah, I started training back during 2014, and then made my Adrian Quest debut in 2015. So I would hear about like random guys. Like I remember Santino's popped up a lot. Like so Ray Rosas started making like a bigger name for himself. Peter Avalon. Those are guys that Peter Avalon I would train with when I was younger, and then I had wrestled Ray Rosas when I was younger. But so like a lot of those guys would like pop up. So when I came back, it was like, well, I need to wrestle this guy.
so he was on your short list.
He is a short list. I knew he was. So that's gonna be a different crowd because that's gonna be like a bunch of drunk people.
Yeah, but we did like a show in like a club in San Diego as well. So
Oh,
that was,
yeah.
I mean,
How was that?
That was dope.
That
Yeah.
was
Was that for that Cinco de Mayo stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
so much fun, so
Yeah,
much
it
fun.
was-
Like
I mean-
you just have a group of people that like maybe they don't watch wrestling, but you know you see the mask and everything, and they're all drunk. You know,
And we made them.
yeah, like you just entertain them, and they just oh
You
my
gotta be-
god, like relax, boy, I just did this. Like
you gotta know how to adapt too. Like
yeah,
one crowd likes things hold the hole, you know, and crowd likes things just flips. You gotta know how to adapt, and with crowds like that, you just gotta know how to adapt. And it's for me, it comes naturally.
He sounds so wise for his age.
I know. That's why I'm like amazed.
so when he talks,
I hear some other wrestlers. They sound all retarded. I mean, to be honest. And then I hear him. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
There goes, was it 6 years, 7 years of this?
Well, I took a 3-year break.
And you
So
trained
from 16 to 18, I took a break. No, yeah, 16 to 19.
I like that you admit that because there's a lot of people that don't admit that.
Oh,
They be
yeah.
like, "Oh, I wrestled for 18 years," but like they had like a
Yeah,
8-year
big old
gap.
giant
you
gap.
know?
Is there a reason why you took a break?
I was just like at the time there was like I would train, but there would like never be nothing for me. And I was like, well, it's because I'm young. So I was like, well, during this time, I'm going into high school. So I was like, maybe I should do amateur wrestling. So I did amateur wrestling during that time. And, you know, I just had fun. You know, I started skating, stuff like that. So, and then, but it was always in the back of my mind, I have to go back, you know. So when I did, now I'm here, you know.
Was there ever a time that you guys, where you grew frustrated maybe?
With wrestling,
Mm-hmm.
Yes and no. Yeah. Because there would be times where I would want to branch out and wrestle guys here and wrestle guys over there, but like I was way too young at the time. Wrestling years wise, I was way too young. Where I was like, I want to go now. I want to go. Like I know what I'm doing, but I didn't. You know, it was that. So they're just like, just be patient, be patient, be patient. And it's just like I feel like I'm being patient long enough, but I wasn't. You know what I mean? So now when I do go places, I know how to conduct myself professionally and stuff like that. So it's like, but I was frustrated at times where, not that I wanted to stop or quit or anything. It was just like, you know, that. And then like sometimes with training, sometimes there'll be guys that go in and they're not taking it as serious as I am. But like I shouldn't take it out on them, or I shouldn't be like, what? Why isn't anyone being as serious as I am? It just kind of like, you know, calm down. You know, like you're doing this for you. If they care about it as much as you do, then you know they'll try their best or whatever the case may be. So you kind of calm yourself and just.
That's how I feel with him. Like I'm all professional. I'm not talking bad about people. He's right there throwing his pen, talking shit about wrestlers.
I'm not talking shit about wrestling. I'm just talking shit about the fact that he likes The Rock. He likes a certain guy that's on this damn fucking flyer right here.
What? Get his shit in?
Forget you. Now I'm gonna ask you. You don't have to mention names, but I know he's very opinionated on this subject. On your Facebook, keeping it personal out of it. Do you keep your personal life out of your Facebook? Do you have 2 Facebooks?
No.
Or do you just stay in gimmick on Facebook? Because he's very open. Go ahead, tell him what you think.
I think if you're a wrestler, you should just stay in gimmick online. Like, I mean, there's no reason for me to know what you're doing.
True.
I mean, maybe later on, like, if you get along with someone, yeah, I guess. But, like, just for any normal fan to know your shit, it's like, why?
Yeah,
But I do like the drama. I do like the drama, you know, that you guys do. Like, I love it. I honestly do. But, you know, I mean.
I only made a Facebook for wrestling, so my Facebook is. I thought Facebook was right, you know. So
Get hold
you have to get a Facebook. You have to get a Facebook because wrestling, blah blah blah. So I finally made one, but it's all it is wrestling.
So my Facebook, I don't really.
Your MySpace too?
Huh? Did I say MySpace? Yeah, that was hot back in the day. My Facebook, I just share a lot of stuff. I don't really like do. Sometimes, you know, if I feel a certain way, I'll post something up, personal or wrestling wise. But most of the time, it's if I get tagged in my personal stuff, then that's the only time you see it. But my Instagram is where I kind of like throw both out there, you know, like I'll promote a show or put some, like a sick picture that happened at a show, or like just me and my son. It's usually just me and my son on Instagram and stuff like that. So it's kind of like yes and no, you know, like
my Instagram's a little bit of both, but like I mean, I still never like to that. Even to that, it's like an extent.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like most of the guys on Facebook, I know you guys follow a lot of wrestlers, do you feel they should just keep their personal life off?
Like
See, I don't
wrestlers?
even pay attention.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go down the timeline or anything like that. At least on Facebook.
You're missing
I
out.
do.
You're missing out on some
That's
stuff.
what everybody's
Some
telling me.
guy-
Like I get screenshots like in the middle of the night. Like oh, look at this.
There's more drama on Facebook than there is on damn TV. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If they were only as half as entertaining in their matches.
I'm just glad you can't throw names out there.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But do you think they should keep it separate one from the other?
I mean, if they're looking to go far, like look at WWE now, they go back inside all your old crap,
Yeah.
and then they can look at all that crap. So I would say just keep it.
So no
keep it
swastikas, no
Well, see,
weird-
like myself on the store page, I can't, even on my Facebook, even though I did, but I really don't push like politics, like who I'm in favor of, who I'm not, because you never. It's like we were talking about last time. You can have a customer that comes in. If I'm a Trump supporter, you know, they can be
Which
like,
you
"Oh,
are. Which you
which
are.
I am." Which they can come in and say, you know what? Oh, I'm not gonna shop there because he supports
Yeah.
Donald Trump. So do you feel like maybe sometimes, that's what I'm saying, do you feel like you should keep personal and
Depending on what you put up, you lose credibility, you know? Like if because I like going back to what Jesse taught us, like the fans, the kids, anybody, the fans, they look at you as a wrestler. They don't see you as shoot name here. They see you as gimmick name, you know? And so it's like if they just for example, if they see Uptown Andy Brown, they see me doing this, the heavyweight champion, yeah, cool. But like if I post up like, oh, F this and F that and all this, and I'm drinking and doing this and doing that, then it's going to be like, you know, like, well, I don't want my son. And then kids are on Facebook too, so that they see those things, you know? So it might just be like, oh, I really like Andy, but now he's doing this, and like, just kind of.
That's the thing, gimmick. All my homies come to Quest.
That's the new shirt right there. That's the shirt right there. That is all my homies coming Quest. That's it. That's perfect.
Write it down real quick.
Have you guys had any crazy fan stories? Especially
that nightclub. That nightclub in San Diego. She was like 45. I love your man. She's like tugging me. She was smacks my ass. Yeah, I was like, oh, she's not old, you know. I mean, it was not crazy, and then like, it's like, you know.
That's been mine was like when we do shows, and then like I have the 2 titles, and then like they'll be like, oh, can I hold one? And I'm like, yeah, to take a picture. Like, all right, cool. And then they do stupid things where they'll be like, oh, this is cool, and then they do that. So I don't know if they're gonna run or not. So like instinct hits. I'm like, homie, what the fuck? You know? So I was like,
San Bernardino should like,
I didn't want to say that.
There'll be kids like,
Yeah,
oh,
they're
okay,
trying.
later, you know, and then you're like,
Yeah.
fighting with them.
Like one time I was like, I put my jacket down and I put the title down, and then like put it right in the corner waiting for our what do you call those people? Well,
Oh,
Mr. Watermelon is one of our guys where he comes and grabs us
Yeah.
stuff, you know. And like I put it there because he was on the other corner, and I was waiting for him. And I just put it down. I'm getting ready, and like some kid like walked up. So I saw a kid because he's a kid. So I saw a kid, and then he's just like this, and I'm like, oh yeah. Hey man, what are you doing? He's just like, and I'm like, where are you gonna go? Like you're gonna take it, but you're still on the show. Like somebody's gonna see you. Like, but you know they do things like that.
It's crazy. I never heard of title stealing. I'm
Yeah.
try to do that.
They'll beat you up.
I'll try to steal.
They'll beat your ass. I still had the best line. That was the hot line of the night tonight.
The
All my homies call me Quest.
You legit should. Like, I should.
Sting gimmick, dude. That's
Sting,
dope.
didn't they? That's the best one, yeah.
Yeah, because I had a lot of guys, right away. Like, I mean, I think one of the things that I've always kind of like found iffy, like if they work the show and then they're right there in the crowd now.
I'm like,
that's
no,
terrible.
that's a big.
I'm like, no,
No.
why don't you just like stay in the back,
Unless you're gonna like do some type of angle, but no, man, like I feel like that's total disrespect to the match itself or into the show, because like, I can just be done with the match and then Adrian's out there, and because I want to watch it, I'm gonna sit in the audience. Like no, like half of these people are gonna be staring at me, thinking like, oh, he's gonna do something, and then I'm just like, no, I'm just sitting, but.
Yeah, anytime I'm like, oh, okay, if they're gonna sell their merch or something. I'm like,
yeah,
no,
but they're in the back,
Yeah.
or they're away from like, and if
They're
you're
not
just sitting in the
down
audience,
crowd,
yeah. And then when they start heckling like a fan, that's when it gets to like, dude, no, don't. No.
I've made some wrestlers to that. So. Heckle them.
What do you agree with what this guy says, without mentioning names, of course, that there's a lot of wrestlers out there that aren't worried about training, more worried about merchandising?
I think training's always first, right?
You should
always be
You
training.
should be able to do both, right? I mean, hey, I want a shirt like this, or hey, this is the design, and then go to training. Like you don't have to be like, I'm gonna skip training because I need to design a shirt, or I need to design something, whatever it may be. Like there's people out there that help you with that stuff and things like that. But at the same time, you do have to put in the
Speaking
work.
of that, fucking Nolan.
You do have to put in the work, like you legit do. Because then you go out there, and then like I mean, some people aren't lucky to wrestle like every week, so you wrestle monthly. So when you wrestle 1 month and then you wrestle the next month, but you did the same thing you did last month, it's just like they're gonna catch on to that. You know what I mean? Like someone's recording, someone's always recording. It's always gonna be put up so that they're gonna see it, and then they'll be like, they'll go back to this match, and then they'll be like, oh man, you did the same thing.
Yeah, as drunk as I can get sometimes, I'll be like, I saw that shit already.
Yeah, so it's kind of like,
Cause I remember I was at the NWA showcase. We're talking about 10 years ago.
Mhm.
I remember the Young Bucks did like the same match like 4 times in a row.
like you can do the same move, of course, with the finisher or whatever. You can do the same move, but don't do the same like spot. Yeah, the sequence, like the same way you got into it. The same
Think
way
about
you did
those
this.
dark shows. I mean, like when they do the house shows, they'll do that match, and then the next night they'll do the same thing. But I guess that
Yeah.
only counts like in WWE.
Yeah, because I saw that match with at the house show, which was Ziggler and Corbin, and then they had the pay-per-view match the next night.
Same thing.
It was exactly the same.
I
And I
saw
told
the
my
same-
friend, I go, hey, he drops him in the corner, and then he does this, and then he does that. It goes the same exact match. Sure enough, he dropped him in the corner, did the pin, and did that, and I'm like,
I saw the
exact
same
match.
thing. The first time I ever went to a Raw live, or it was Raw, but it was at the Anaheim State or whatever. And the dark match, so the show was over, and dark match was Kane and John Cena.
Right.
But like in storyline wise, no one's seen Kane yet. So I'm like, what? Like, okay, cool. Like they're gonna put it on TV, and like I saw it on TV, nothing. I was like, and then like the pay-per-view happened, and the exact same match. I was a little bummed out, but at the same time, I guess I get it. But
So the practice match before.
yeah.
What's the most important thing you've taken away from Jesse? That one thing that you would say, like, you know what, this is the one thing.
How to like hold ourselves to a standard, I would say. Because like being from like a school like that, you just like you're not just I don't know how to explain. You're already put on a pedestal, like as far as like how people see you, already seen like more respected, or I would say. So like, just holding ourselves to a standard.
Mine is
Not bad, not exactly saying we're better than everyone else, but like we're to a standard.
Mine is respect the business, and the business will respect you. Take care of it, and they'll take care of you back. Like there is times where wrestling is like, it's cold sometimes, you know, where you like,
We're all starving artists.
yeah, you put your body on the line, but you know, it's wrestling. If you get hurt, the fans will be sad, but at the same time, you still gotta go. But if you help it out and protect it and all this stuff, man, like it'll treat you nice again.
I see.
They sound wise compared
Yeah,
to other
it's-
motherfuckers, dude.
Well, you gotta remember, like,
Hey, shout out to Jesse.
yeah,
I mean-
Sanders, dude, like he legit.
He's so nice. Like I don't even cuss when I'm around him. I swear I don't. I'm very respectful. and
Yeah,
everything,
but see, that's the thing.
And-
Like, I don't know what it is. His aura just
Yeah,
does that because
yeah.
he's so old school, man. Like, he'll teach us like hitting the ropes, bumps, but at the same time, he's like telling you things in the business or just in life. You know, like this is why you do this, and this is this, and this and that. And like some people don't have that, where it's like you get taught a move or a sequence or how to hit the rope. You get taught that, which is cool. But Jesse will like tell you,
The psychology
this is why
behind
you're
it.
running the ropes. This is why you're doing this. This is why you do that. Like he would always say, when you hit the rope, you hit it a certain way because if that top rope breaks, it's always happened. You're gonna like hook it a certain way, and then you're gonna fall, and you're gonna protect yourself. And at the time, I was just like, "Are you sure? Like, if that's that, you know, I'm hitting the ropes hard. If it breaks, I'm gonna fall and bust my head." I hit the rope, they went out, backflip, landed. I'm like, I'm safe, I'm good. You know what I mean? And like when you see guys that don't do that or don't even hook like the top, like they just hit the rope like this, that shit, and then hits their face. You know, like I've seen it done. It's just like, well, I mean, and how long you been wrestling, bro? Like, it's a long time. And
Do you catch yourself going to like an indie show or WWE show or watching TNA or Lucha on TV
Ring of Honor.
or Ring of Honor?
thank you.
And no, but have you found yourself like, or let's just go real quick to an indie show. You go to an indie show and you see a guy and you're like, fuck, why is that guy in the ring? Or he's not doing this right, or you know.
You already know you does. You already know you does.
It's like even with WWE, you see like Brian A in there instead of him or her or whatever. You know, it's just the machine, man. Whatever they think they want, they get. You know.
Is there on the indie scene? Have you seen any?
There's a reason why they're on there. Well, I don't know what
$5 maybe.
I don't know what the reason is, but there's a reason why they're on there. Somebody saw something in them. If they suck, then you know they're gonna get better with time. But you know, just
Yeah, you're being too nice.
I know these guys are.
I'm trying to get him to be mean, but he's too nice of a guy.
yeah.
He's still in gimmick.
Well, you have to shut off
Yeah, turn it off and then everything
Turn
turns
off the
off.
feed
Turn
and
off the feed.
You have to see
fuck
yeah,
this
training.
motherfucker.
The mean guy.
Downtown.
You're the mean guy at training.
The mean guy.
Kinda. I just
He's like the mean stepdad. He's
Okay, let me ask you this way: have you gone to a show and say I won't? If I had to work with that guy, I would flat out say no.
no. I like to work with anybody and everybody. Like that's how you learn. You know, like at the kids at our sorry.
Even if he's in the ring, sloppy.
At our students at the school, man, like, you know, there's people that just train like once or twice, you know, they're just starting. Like, I like to work with those people or those guys because it's like you learn how to protect them and yourself in situations like that. So when you go into a ring wrestling with somebody that knows exactly what they're doing, it's easy. But like you wrestle guys that, like how you say, don't know what they're doing, then it's just like it won't be easy, but you can protect them and protect yourself. So
I've never turned anything down, but there's been times, especially when I was younger, like they just destroy me and like, you know, so like yeah, they couldn't keep me safe, you know, so I'd just be like dead after a match, you know. Have a blown out knee or something because, you know, they didn't know how to do a move properly. But I've never been like, you know, like an asshole and be like no. So,
How easy is it to tell when somebody hasn't trained?
but hitting the ropes,
I don't know.
their
I've
footwork-
never wrestled.
Their footwork is like probably the
footwork,
first thing.
yeah.
Footwork.
Whatever you find yourself looking at, like when you go to a show, because once again, I'm like I said, I'm a baseball guy, so when I coach, I watch what
Are
the
we
coach
saying
is doing.
indie shows or just
Yeah,
like
it's
shows?
like an
like-
indie show.
Psychology and footwork is probably the first thing I look at.
Because you can't really see stuff on TV. It's all.
Yeah, because TV is a little more
angles and stuff. Yeah.
like.
But even then, you can still kind of tell. Like,
You-
I mean, I do. I like, oh, there it is. You know?
Judgmental. And
Do you catch yourself not criticizing, but maybe studying like Ring of Honor? Like you see yourself saying like, oh, I like the way, you know, I like that, or I would like to add that to my.
all the time. As soon as I started wrestling, when I debuted my first match is when I started seeing wrestling different, where I started studying it instead of watching it like as a fan. So when I watch matches and I'm studying it and then I get lost into it, that's when I know it's good.
Yeah.
When I just when I'm like, oh, okay, I see why you did that, or this and that. Oh, yeah, come on, that when I start popping for things is when I'm like, good, that was a good match because I wasn't bored or whatever the case may be.
So you watch it Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Who was your first match again?
I can't wait for Shibano.
He's one of our guys. He no longer wrestles. He wrestled as Silver Striker. He's just some guy from EWF. So
Oh, Danny Go.
Yeah, he turned to Danny Ghost.
What was your first match?
My first match,
Mm-hmm.
I wrestled Jacob Charasso.
Were you guys nervous in your first match?
Hell yeah.
I remember going out and not knowing what to do. So hit the curtain. So
Well, weren't you like a backyard, or didn't you already have
that? How soon did you notice it was completely different? Like first day of training?
As soon as there wasn't a damn mattress.
Hey, you know what? He skipped my question. What was your backyard wrestling name?
I don't remember.
No.
Hey, I'll look it up.
He's rolling right
No. I'll hit up the homie and then I'll message you. So you guys can put that shit on blast. I honestly do not remember.
Now, it must be the hits to the head.
Dude, wrestling takes a lot out of you.
Did anybody ever try to get a little stiff with you in the ring because of being a rookie?
When I was rookie, no. Now that I'm older, I feel things but I always give back.
Yeah. You just gotta protect yourself and fight back, or not fight back, but give one back,
I felt it.
Yeah, I got you. I see you. Homie.
But there are some guys, right, that like to make it a little tighter and make sure that it looks more real.
Which I don't mind. But
Yeah.
There's to an extent to it. If you're trying to break my nose, let's go.
Do you like them to tell you before the match, hey, we're gonna make
It's
this
gonna be a
tight?
little more snug than usual.
No, if they're like that, you'll feel it as soon as the first hit comes, So you're
Alright.
just like, oh, all right, this is that type of match.
Who's the guy that probably you say wrestles probably the snuggest that you've been in?
Well,
That you knew he wanted to be
it was B-Boy.
B-boy?
The first time I worked him, yeah, dude, that was my first big test, if that makes sense. Because it was when I had the American title, the EWF American title. My first defense was against him. I said, all right, cool, it's gonna be fun, all this stuff, and just can't remember what he did, but he caught me in that duck and then stopped and then hit. Yeah, he hit me. I was like, oh god, damn. But after that, I was like, man, I like that. I like that type of style because the fans were not bored at all. They were every hit we did. Oh, so I was like, I like that. That's awesome.
Yours?
Brandon Gasson easily. I remember when I was 13, he gave me a black eye and trained me. It was not intentionally, but just because he's that type of wrestler. We're gonna go,
Dude, I've been wanting to work at him for a long time now.
It's fun. But
I bet.
He'll get you a few times.
Oh, I know.
How hard is it? I mean, how important is it for you for it to look real?
All of it, yeah. Especially now with MMA,
Yeah.
That's when it starts getting if the submissions aren't proper or whatever. There's a picture a long time ago. I think John Cena had Big Show in the headlock.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember that. And he was just like that, and it just did not look real, and everyone just shitted on him.
Well, you know what? I heard the reason, even on the what does he call
STF.
it? The STF, that he doesn't tighten it up. Because I've seen that he kind of leaves it open, that he's not snug on it. I heard that the reason he's not snug anymore because he actually choked Edge out. The Edge did. He actually had him in it, and he actually choked him out. Edge blacked out from it because he was so tight. I guess Cena didn't know how
As much
big
as
he
that
actually
sucks, but as much as that sucks, you kind of have to do that. You know what I mean? Or just fix it. But with MMA, fools are tapping out to a headlock, and then we're every match is headlock. So it's how believable is that?
Speaking of headlock. Like I remember, speedball, right?
Mm.
All right, so Luke Hawks posted a picture that he can't even do a proper headlock.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, I look at everything he does.
headlocks, right?
That's what I do to him. I'm like, dude, look at that, and you'll never see those guys the
See,
same way again.
That's what I mean, though. Like people are noticing these things and,
Yeah.
and like pinpointing it out, and it's just like now everything has to be precise and on point.
Well, what's more important though, that you think, or is it depending on the crowd doing that? Like he does, he watches, pinpoints everything, or the like what do you call them? The
flippy shit.
flippy shit.
What
Is
do
it
you
depending
mean?
on the
Like,
crowd? Like
Yeah.
Depends. Like you should always try to make it look as as well as possible. But like there is like such thing as like too much flippies. Like,
because for me
some
personally,
people tell me like I do a lot of like flips, but like I also try to put a lot of psychology behind every flip I do. So,
Yep.
I personally hate when wrestling looks choreographed. I hate it when there's a guy just standing there waiting for like 10
the
seconds.
Lucha.
So how come
the
you
lucha dive
so you don't
spot.
see that shit?
Man, I'm only there for like and VIP for 5 minutes. Okay, I just can't stand it when you know they're gonna take the hit and you're just waiting for it, and you're just like, okay, come on, like,
I get that.
how can I?
I see that on spot like on when before a dive happens.
Yeah.
They'll just wait and then.
Yeah, I mean, I know you have. I guess it's a timing thing where you have to like catch or whatever. But I mean, is there a way to make it where it doesn't look so choreographed when you do those flips in reality, or is it just?
I mean, it's hard, but if you're good, you'll know how to make it look like you're either dazed or confused or like you transition well into the
See, like Lucha Underground does that, right? Like they're like forever right there waiting for it. But I mean, it's a TV show. You can edit that shit.
Yeah.
It makes it look like it's just instant.
But
But then, like on a live show, yeah, when you see it, you're like,
It takes away a little bit, yeah, but I don't know.
when you see it record, okay, like if you're in a match and you see that, does that irritate you? Like if you're standing around there waiting for it to happen, do you get upset with yourself, or you just like,
Yeah.
it's just part of the show?
Yeah, yes and no, because it's like if I'm like gonna catch the dive, yeah, because I'm like, well, I could have done something. I could have, like
So kind of like what he says, play it off as you're.
do something.
you're like,
How about you? Now you do a lot of the
is.
flips, right?
Right.
So when you're gonna do that, do you get pissed off if your opponent's kind of just like,
Yeah.
go ahead, bud?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Do you guys like tell them afterwards, like,
Yeah,
fix this?
I'll always say like try not to like make it look like you're waiting for it.
Now you're in Eli's match. It's gonna, people are expecting a lot of.
That's gonna be dope, dude. That match.
yeah, that's what I was telling him. I was like, yeah, like I could see that. Like I could see that in a match.
Even Gordon vouched for that match. He said that you guys would put on a hell of a match.
Especially like, well, if there's rules involved and everybody's everybody's having a good time, and then they just see all that, they'll go
That is
crazy,
true,
man.
Like
They'll just go
I went to my
crazy.
first PWG show a few months ago, and like everyone, like before the show even started, everyone just drinking, and I'm just like, I wonder how they're gonna act. Like this is a long show, and everyone was just into it. Like I can't remember the guy's name, the announcer. Well, he
Angelo?
came. No. I'm sorry, one of the commentary guys, the dude with the mask.
Oh, Excalibur.
Yeah, thank you. Like he came out, and as soon as he got in the ring, everyone just lost their shit. I'm just like, he just got up. Like, what's going on here?
But it's usually the same crowd. It's the same.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like I went for the cop one, and I had like a picture.
I saw those pictures. Yeah.
I talk shit. I was talking shit the whole match, and fucking like Hero was like pissed. So he comes down. I'm like, oh, this fucker's gonna clip me. I'm like, this motherfucker's gonna clip me. So I'm right there with that shit. I'm like, fuck it, I'm not dropping this shit. That's 15
Not
bucks.
even worried about getting hit. Like, I don't want to drop this.
That's $15, and then he goes and he shakes my hand. I was like, all right.
That's dope.
So it was my markout moment, you know,
That's dope.
because I was able to scream shit to him, and they caught it on picture.
Dude, Chris Hero and Jeff Cobb are dope, man.
Oh yeah,
Phenomenal.
that's the only reason I went. Cause
Phenomenal, yeah.
What do you do if fans like him?
I mean, you gotta
Seriously.
enjoy it, man.
Yeah.
Like, just like I don't know.
like I'm a
It's
fucking
better than
crazy
doing
person.
that than
No,
getting
but I'm saying like
no
when you know.
reaction. But I
Yeah,
mean,
what he just said right now, like, it's
like,
better. It's
I'd
better
rather
to
have a
get
fan like that than a fan with no.
That's what I'm saying. Not in a bad way. I'm saying because you know how he critiques little things, and you know he's not going to be impressed by a high flying move, but he probably will be impressed more by, like you told.
Well, I mean, I get impressed as long as it's
like
good, you know.
Like you
Yeah.
told Camden, though, you're more impressed by the
Well,
technical aspect than maybe high flying. So
Mm. Because we get that at EWF shows. Like we did a Bone Park show a few months ago. Yeah, you're wrong. It was 3-on-3, and they were just cheering. Like one little section was just cheering for the heels. So everything we did, like you hear, yeah, boo, and I'm like, well, like you can't really do much, you know. Like you just do your thing, and you know, if you get them, you get them. If not, then it's okay. Like some people just go just to cheer heels, or just to boo the faces and cheer the heels. But you know, you just do your thing.
What impressed you the most about wrestling wise?
From Andrew? Well, I just like I like the strikes, the way he did them in with the match for his title. They were clean, they were like crisp, you know. Like,
Thank you.
like a lot of them, they're really weak. Like you're like, oh, I'll be like, oh. Like I'm not that drunk, you know. But yeah, no, it was like it was a good match. It was all around, like, and didn't have to do a lot of flippy stuff.
So what's the best compliment you guys have gotten as far as from a fan or like
From a talent, that's
From
a
from a talent?
Like,
Just they like working me. They love to be in the ring with me, and that was something that I want to do. Like, besides like make it everywhere to the big stage, whichever one it may be. Like,
Ring of Honor.
I want to be able to be like, if they see me on the card, like they want to be like, I want to work him. I want to work him. It's like kind of like the fans, like, oh, I want to see Andy Brown, or I want to see him. Like, I want the talent to want to be like, I want to work him. Can I work with him? Let me work with him. You know? So, like, that's me.
Like, from like a fan, like the best thing I've ever heard is like, I came to this show only to see you. So that was like, from a fan's perspective, like that's the best thing to say. From like a talent, is like, how old are you? And you're this good, you know? Like that's what it like from like a talent wise, like, which is like very humbling. Like I don't take it. Like I think I'm terrible. But I'm just trying to get better.
Do you guys see? Well, this one's more for you because you know you're probably your own worst critic. But do you see guys on that think they're better than what they are, and you just like, I know I'm better than you.
Like for as long as I've been around like the SoCal scene, like maybe I wouldn't have been wrestling, but there's always been guys like that. But some of them fade away, and then some of them just don't come away. So it's pretty much how it goes. Like. Because once they get to like a stage like Lucha Underground or like WWE or ROH, like the heads are gonna notice that we don't need you, you know, like, and then they just never make it.
Now that you're champ, and we've mentioned how you expect. What are your goals from here on out? I mean, what's your main goal? You're already the EWF heavyweight champion,
Right.
tag team champions. What's next?
For us, or just in
Well, for you guys as a team, and then for you guys
just
as singles competitors.
I would like to have those 5-star caliber matches. That might like be the best of me I can be. You know, just be able to wrestle everywhere and go travel. Like I got picked to do an award-winning reality TV show out in Europe. So I'm going to Europe and on the 18th. So that's awesome. So I get to wrestle out there. And I never thought that would happen, you know, but I hope when I go out there I do well enough to where it's just like, we want you back.
Rev Pro.
Huh?
Get called by Rev Pro or something.
Yeah, you know, like that. I just want to do 5-star matches and just be able to like make the EWF proud and make this title like mean everything, you know.
Would you be able to go to Japan knowing you have the way you said the sacrifices? Would you be able to pick up and go?
It would be hard, but I'll give it a try. You know what I mean? Like, it would be one of those things where I have to talk to my lady and then my son and my family. And if they give me like the okay, which they always have, like, then, you know, I feel like I can do it. I don't know how many times, but I feel like I can do it.
What are your
he just has to pack his bag. Like,
well, I know he's gone.
That's right.
He'll be gone tomorrow. No, but what is your goal?
My goals?
What's your goal now? I mean,
my goal is just to try to make a bigger name for myself, not just in SoCal. Because some people will think they'll have a big name, but it's just in SoCal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to be a big name throughout like the United States and be known, like get my name to like places like Europe, Japan, Mexico. Right now.
And would you be? I'm sure you would, but
Oh,
would you be able to drop everything and take off tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, I have a job and stuff, but you know.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Your lady. I
Mhm.
won't say wife because I don't know, but
I say baby mama.
girlfriend, very supportive.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very, very supportive. I don't mean to bring it down, but like when I was going for the title, all my family was very supportive. You know, like all that good stuff. And then my mom passed away, and then I wanted to like just stop wrestling. I wanted just to quit, like right then and there. But I was like, not me, but my lady was like right there next to me the whole time. Like, come on, like get up, like do this. I didn't want to do anything, like legit. Like I didn't say I'm done wrestling, but in my head I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done with like everything, you know, because like my mom was super close to me, like super, super. She supported me through this. Like when I said, oh, I want to be a wrestler, she was just like, all right, cool, do it, but don't be a punk. She was very like, well, not punk. She's like, don't be a bitch, don't quit, don't do that. She
I'm
was
gonna
like
change
that.
it so.
Yeah. she was really like tough on me, you know, which is what I love. And like when that happened, like she was always my main supporter. And then I wanted to stop and all this stuff. And with EWF being a family, like they showed me how like much they cared about me. And then my lady was right there the whole time, like picking me up and like, come on, let's go do this, let's go to the show, let's go training, let's go do this. And I was like, I don't want to, I don't want to do any of that stuff. And then she like, I don't know, man, like I feel like my mom like got in there and she was just like, quit being a punk, like get your ass up, let's do this, you know, blah blah blah. You got your son, you got this, you got that, like this is your dream. If you want to do it, then do it. Like, all right. And I showed up to training like, you know, guys, please don't bring it up because I don't want to get teary-eyed and stuff like that. And then like somebody like they didn't hear it, and then they show up and they're just like, and I'm like, no, and then I'll just start bawling, and my lady's right there like, toughen up, and I'm like, all right, you know. At the same time, she's hurting too, you know, because they're close. But when I have to go far places or whatever the case may be, she's just like, as long as you just stay with us for a little bit longer and then go, you know what I mean? So that way, when you get home, we're gonna be asleep. Right. You know, we love you. You know, all this stuff. So, like before I leave, she'll give me that pep talk. So, like that's what my mom used to do to me. And now that my lady is doing that, it's cool. Like she does get mad that I'm gone for so long, but at the same time, it's like just call me, text me, this and that. This and that.
Don't ever forget the text. Trust me.
See, my baby mom would have been like, yeah, wrestling.
When you have a very supportive woman in your corner, trust me, that's the one.
It is really good, yeah. Like you do get what's the word? I can't think of the word, but like you do see the girls and you're just like, or you get tempted.
Yeah.
You do get tempted, but I'm like, nah, because if I try it and if it happens, I might like lose this and lose everything. Like nah, like I don't
That's why you always use a different name. Always use a different name. You never give out your number. Just have another Snapchat.
That's what I tell everybody. When they ask me, I was telling him actually, right? I think I was telling you. I go, my wife drives me nuts. She's Salvadorian, so he knows. They're freaking very strong personality.
yeah.
I tell him, I go, but one thing I can say, she's very supportive. Because I go, how many women would let their husbands open up a store like this?
Do that exactly.
They would
Like,
look
how
at you like, what the fuck?
Yeah, how many women do that, man?
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell her like, oh, I got this date, this date, this date, this date, this date, and she's just like, well, when are we gonna hang out?
Yeah.
Like, after, like, that, you know? And it's like, it's a bad thing because you're just like, I don't like it. It's saying it out loud. It sounds terrible, like, but you're putting wrestling before that,
Right.
you know? And it's just like, it's
And then they get mad, but then after a while they're like, oh.
because you know, because they know you love it.
Right.
You know, you're not just doing it just to like to get away from them.
Yeah.
You love it. So.
That's what I would tell her. I go, it could be worse. I could be a strip club.
Yeah.
Or I could be drinking every day.
Yeah.
Or wasting my money on
I remember my ex
drugs.
used to get mad because I used to go to Lucha Underground. So she told me, you'd rather be there than with me. I was like, yeah.
See, now first we were motivating him to have kids. Now I think we've scared him of having women.
It changes stuff, dude. Like, trust me. Like,
That's probably why he's been like, that's why I stay away. I stay single. Is your family still very supportive of?
Well, my mom, like since day one, my mom, like, always been there. Whatever. I always go to my mom for like pretty much everything. Oh, mom, what'd you think of this match? But then I also have my two older sisters. And, like everybody talks about the Deshans and critics of pro SoCal and Heroes. Like, I go there, hey dog, you see my match? Like, oh, you fucking suck. So like I don't try to impress like the internet marks. I try to impress my older sisters because they think everything I do is swag.
Yeah.
Like like you got that shirt. Like like everything. So like I try to impress them. If I can impress them, then, I got it.
You know we're gonna get a good first shirt from him because if his sisters approve it, you know it's gonna be a good shirt. He ain't gonna release those.
Yeah.
So what about this? What? Nothing.
You didn't hear it? What did he say?
I watch this shit.
I'm not gonna read it.
What minute is this?
Watch this.
Go ask your question.
So what is this brand you're speaking of that you're creating?
It's me and the homie from high school. Like we've always like said we wanted to start a brand. So like a street clothing brand. Like, but we've like seen like throughout like our city and around the IE. We're like, well, there's all these little brands, but they're all whack, So like, they're whack. Like people will come out with shirts, but like just to say they have a street brand. But we want like a purpose behind like what we do as well. So the brand is gonna be called Bermuda. So, but there's gonna be like a lot more behind it. Like I'm not gonna give out too many details because I don't know if it's gonna be next week, next month, or next year. So like I just try to build it on like just culture, like how people like how people like me at least grew up, or like.
And I
mean, pretty much. But like we would see like brands that would try to like come up and they were like whack, like their printing was like off, or like so we're taking like the extra little steps in between to make everything look nice when it does come out.
Man, so he's ready to rock and roll both ways.
Just trying to live on my own terms,
Yeah.
I really
Damn, at that age, all I
Do
do
that.
is play video games.
Then get married. Then you can have a kid. Or just do like Al Bundy said, never have kids and never marry.
Right.
No, but I see like a lot of people like on the SoCal and just like all they like they don't have like a day job. They don't have like they just think like wrestling's gonna support them. In like reality, like you could be as good as Ricochet, but you might not make that money, So you gotta have the money coming in like through a different passion, or at least I think so. Like I would like to have my hands in like a lot of different things, so I don't just. So if wrestling doesn't pan out, like I always have something else to fall back on.
That's good.
These are probably the two wisest, no offense to any other wrestler we've had, but
You guys are dumb.
the two wisest young men we've had on the podcast. I mean, it's just amazing to me how like wise you guys are. Such a, I mean, I'm 11 years older than you, and well, 18, 19 years older than you. But it's just amazing to me how mature and I don't know, maybe because like you said, you guys both said as young when you guys were younger, you guys were But I would just like to say that, and I think Ed's even amazed how wise you guys are. It's such a
and more him, like when he says this thing, I was like,
I feel like I'm talking to like a guy my age, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even have my shit straight like you do. I mean, and I have 3 kids, and I don't think I'm as wise. I mean, I don't see the world the way you see
you're
it.
making me rethink all the decisions I made in my life. Like, fuck.
I feel like I'm trying to like learn from like other people's mistakes, I guess.
Yeah, it's a lot of outside stuff. Like that's
Like the
not
way I grew
wrestling.
up, the way I just try to like.
I think also too, it's just amazing to us because we have guys that are young, but they're just not as humble.
That's what it is, dude. Like there's a lot of stuff that we go through that humbles us, whether it be in the ring, out of the ring, or whatever. Like how you were saying about the sisters.
Yeah.
Like, oh, did you see that move that I did? Like, dude, that was whack. Like, ugh. And then when I got this, it was like everyone was like, yeah, that's awesome. And then I go back in the hood, and everyone's just like, food still ain't nothing. Like, chill. You ain't made it WWE, and I'm like, I don't even know you, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's so weird. Like go to like a house party and they're like, oh, you're the guy that wrestles on. Like why don't you just wrestle for WWE? It doesn't work like that. You have to try to explain to them like how you like work your way up through the indies. And
like, oh, so you ain't nothing.
Just call WWE. Like ask them to wrestle.
That's like over here. The first thing they ask when we tell them, Cody Rhodes is going to be here. Oh, when is John Cena coming? Oh shit! Let me a good $40,000 and we can talk. Again, just make a call and say, hey, WWE, Vince McMahon, send me John Cena tomorrow. People don't see it that way. They just live in a in a fantasy
Mm.
world, I
I don't
guess.
see the hard work that you actually have to put into whatever it is that you're doing.
Well, before we wrap up, the three guys that is on your list to make sure you wrestle, whether it's
It's
SoCal.
or live or
etc.
No,
Just
okay,
local guys.
local.
I'm sure you would love a dream match with Eddie, but
Yeah, locally, I'm just like,
you know,
like any guy or like,
any guy.
Okay, so it would be
That's hard.
Kushida, Kyle O'Reilly, and TJ Perkins. Because TJ had like a big impact on my training when I was younger. He would always like, he would always be there, like helping me with stuff. Like a good 2-3 months, like it was just me and him, you know, just learning. I just soak up everything he had to like offer.
Is there any three local guys that you would like to take? That you haven't had a
Eli,
match
which is gonna happen. Another singles with Andy and then Biagio.
I'm still waiting for Biagio to take off that damn mask.
Why? Because you think he's pretty, or?
No, I just don't like that mask.
See, I like Biagio. I'm a big fan of him. I like
Biagio's
all the little small stuff he does.
I like that dude. Yeah.
I feel like he's not into himself, he's into his character, which is like a big thing if you want to go like for what I've seen like, throughout the years, like that's what gets you far, not being into yourself.
Yeah, he's very unselfish. I've noticed that.
Which is good.
Which is
Like,
good.
there's a lot of people that aren't like that. Even whether you're young or a vet or whatever. I don't know. There's like a bug went around. And everyone's just like, nah, doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like,
You shut up. You're three? Three in general, and then maybe three local.
all right, cool. Overall is number 1 Kenny Omega for sure, and then Jay Lethal, and the third one I'm trying to think of the third one. I'll get back to that. but-
Shibata, Kushida.
Well, I know he mentioned Mac. Willie.
Willie Mack for sure, and I guess locally would be I can't say Willie Mack, can I?
Yeah.
Willie Mack, for sure. Ryan Taylor. Ryan Taylor's the one I really want, and then this guy for sure.
He just said me because
But like it's hard to come up with the three because there's such great talent out there.
Yeah.
Where you don't want to just be like, oh, these three, because like if it happens, then now what? You know,
Yeah.
but like I want to just go through everybody.
Everybody.
The whole line.
I
you know?
remember I was gonna do a top, like my top favorite wrestlers from SoCal. Then I was like, fuck, I'm fucked. Like I was like, oh crap, there's like so many people
There's
with names.
so many, and then you can't like rank them, or you can't put them in like. I mean, yes, you can, but at the same time, you'd be like, but
Because one
so and so's
brings-
5 and this one's 6, but he had this one and he had this good match, this and that. So like, I want to make a list and just put one, and then put everybody's fucking name on there. Just
Yeah, because there's some people that are really good at this. There's some that are good at that.
Mhm.
You know my favorite SoCal wrestler.
nice. Nice.
You know what? Anyways, you want to unplug? You want to unplug? You see what you
Unplug.
did? Why are you thinking about Cage? You asshole.
Ah.
You want to plug any upcoming shows?
pretty much every EWF show that's coming. We have a lot coming out.
This is the tough- you know what I've noticed? This is always the toughest question because people never remember
The
that.
dates.
You know, it's funny coming up here. I was like, all right, what are the EWF dates? There's a lot. There's a lot. I know we have one. The 23rd is when July 23rd is when the TV show comes out here to do a live, or of course a live show with us. So that one's gonna be big. That one should be in Ballin Park. We also have one on the 30th of July.
You remember that?
So I'm trying to. There's a lot of like EWF is running hard, man. So many shows, so many.
That's what I
many.
see. You guys do like 2 shows and then like 2 weeks
Probably, like,
later.
Yeah, right.
3 weeks later.
2 or 3 a month.
Yeah, so it's really awesome. Like, and that's what also humbles you too. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people that are doing like monthly shows or 2 monthly shows, and like EWF's running like every Friday, Saturday, and it's like awesome, you know.
No, Gordon tells me all the time, "You coming to the show?" I'm like, "Man, they have another show."
That's what I mean. Yeah. So you know, who is it? It's EWF. Man, like, hell yeah. But that's awesome. That's an awesome problem to have. You know what
That's
I mean?
a good thing.
That is an awesome thing to have.
Because if not, well,
No.
you don't have many places here now. Well, unless AWS starts running again.
But
Then you have more
still-
options.
Hopefully, man. What do we got? We got EWF. We got
Yeah,
DWE
WWE tomorrow, and then either in India on Saturday.
You know.
You did it in India?
But that one's a
In
private
India.
show.
Oh,
God, that place is
It's a private
wretched.
show.
It's a private show. It's
Oh,
fine.
well,
It's just
oh,
no. And then I have
I guess we're
SoCal
not
Pro.
invited.
Nah.
See what you did?
What is it at?
23rd you are.
Oh, okay.
I got Go Lucha next month, so that should be fun.
I got
So he
SoCal
like he
Pro.
comments. You better promote.
Oh, yeah, I know. I seen that. I was like, alright. I was going to.
That's August
24, right?
24th, 26th,
No.
23rd, I believe.
23rd.
What day is this?
No.
26th.
Yeah, it's 24th. It's on a Wednesday, right?
Yeah, I know it's like a weekday.
Yeah, it's on a
Yeah,
Wednesday.
August
Yeah.
24th at the Go Lucha at the
At the Yost Theater.
Yost
in
Theater.
Fullerton.
You can steal the show.
Fullerton?
Definitely.
Or some shit.
I try. I mean, you got a lot of big
Or
names
something.
on there, but definitely.
Cool, you got it.
You have no pressure.
That's a cool little studio because
Is
I
it?
mean theater because I've been there for bands, so I've gotten drunk there.
There's no pressure.
I'm gonna show up for support. I wanna see it.
But I like to put pressure.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like
That's
like
how I-
something
If you
different.
suck, you'll never be back on the show.
Something-
There's some pressure. If we find out you suck, we'll just talk shit about him the whole time.
I don't do that kind of stuff.
No, not you.
Smack about anybody.
No, you just get tagged on
I
everything.
get tired. Yeah, this is like my fourth Facebook, so I can't really talk.
I know. No more.
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You guys want?
Adrian Quest on Twitter. It's Adrian Quest __ Quest. Yeah, two.
No wonder,
And
man.
then
We were looking for like crazy.
Instagram is just Adrian _. I'm telling you, somebody had the other one.
What was it like?
We're doing the
Fat
graphic.
Cowboy?
They're like, does he have one?
The Fat Cowboy.
Was it the Fat Cowboy? Something like that.
Cowboy? Yeah, the white guy.
Is that who it was?
I wanna look him up. I wanna look him up.
And I'm gonna go tweet
That
him
should be
like,
a profile
I
picture.
want to look him up.
You wanna-
If people are watching this podcast, they're all going to search for it right now.
Yeah, they're gonna look for it.
Twitter, Adrian Quest 1_.
That's on Twitter though. On Instagram,
Adrian __
_
Quest. No, __ Quest
On
on
Twitter.
On Twitter. And Instagram is 1_.
Yeah.
And Facebook is just Adrian
It's
Quest.
just Adrian Quest.
Yeah, mine, Facebook is just Andy Brown. Instagram is _Andy _Brown. I think another underscore at the end. And then Twitter is Uptown Andy Brown.
See, we found that one easy. Yours was the mission.
They hit me up.
That guy looks like you when I first met you.
Without the beard?
You guys look like each other.
I got a nose like that.
Yeah, we had to hit him up. We hit you all up, and he's the only one that answered. I'm like, I guess we know who to go to for the Twitter.
Straight up. Yes, you do.
We're like, who do we get?
That's like the funny part about it. Like they would always hit me up and like, oh, you guys want to do a tag? It's like, did you ask Adrian? They're like, well, we did, but he hasn't hit us back up. So yeah, I got it.
Oh man,
Nah, you're good.
See everything with the ladies.
I see everything like.
He did. He saw mine like what a couple hours later. It's like my bad. He's like, oh, don't worry, we got this already. Well, thank you very much, guys, for coming.
You're not gonna
on.
ask me to plug anything?
No, you don't want to plug in. Go ahead, plug.
Nah, I got nothing.
Oh, the UEW, UIPW.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there to talk shit.
So, yeah.
You're joining the Front Row Mafia.
I don't know. Whatever Brian's doing.
You're joining the Front Row
Thunder.
Mafia. They're the newest member of the Front Row Mafia.
And hopefully Andre doesn't kick me out.
Go ahead. Are you gonna plug anything out?
Nah, no, fuck
Any
it,
other
man.
plugs?
No, I just want to thank you guys for
Yeah,
having us on
thank
and
you.
wanting us on.
Well,
I know it's been a while because you guys at the AWS we talked about it.
Yeah.
It's like busy and stuff like that, but
Yeah, when you won the title, I told him too. I was like, oh, I want to have him here.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that you guys are getting us and wanting us and for like getting our faces and names out there. So
And plus, we want more people from here, like, or that listen to us. The 3 people. To go to the, to go to EWF because it's like, you got. You motherfucker!
I didn't hear it. Damn it, I didn't hear that one.
I miss.
Go ahead.
Bastard, dude.
Go.
Yeah, so we want more people to go to these shows, So hopefully.
I mean, you were always like, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
And
it
I
was-
finally saw it, and you're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah. So that's,
I could see 2 good matches.
oh
Thanks, bro. Thanks.
You see what you do? That is me now. Anyway, let me do some real quick plugs here. I want to thank SoCalUncensored.com for always promoting all our shows.
Andrew.
Make sure you guys check out EWF. Oh, I think they have a website, right?
Yep. EmpireWrestlingFederation.com.
And or look for them on Facebook.
Yep.
Okay. Our
And
local,
YouTube. What is the Team Metal?
Yeah. Our local sponsor here, Juice Max, who provides us with drinks, but he hasn't provided us with any for the last couple episodes. So Alfred, you better get out here with my strawberry smoothie. I
think I heard that last time.
Yeah.
I heard that last time.
Damn,
Like,
Juice Max.
Yeah.
No. But check them out there at Huntington Park. Make sure you guys come in on July 16th, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. for Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes. I think we only have like 1 or 2 VIPs left, and then we still have the regular packages, and then JTG will be here July 23rd. And then Melina for the 38-mile walk, a 2-day 38-mile walk.
Melina's so nice.
Why are you the horchata king?
Because I am the horchata king.
Yeah, somebody asked him where your horchata was.
But I didn't bring it with me. There's no AMPM around here.
Carlos, he didn't bring any horchata with him. If we would have known, we would have brought you one. Why didn't you bring him horchata?
Because there's one next door.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have gone to go
That's
get
like
one.
gonna be the thing. Watch, every time you go to a show, they're just gonna
Hey.
bring different horchatas.
Hey,
Hopefully
I
a fan
for
brings me
beers.
horchata next show. That'd be tight.
You gonna bring him horchata?
Yes, I go.
All right. And then, so
Horchata
Melina's
flavored
here.
beer. Oh, no, wait. Damn, I can't.
What day is she? August 6th, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And make sure you guys come in and check out the Wrestling Guy store, 6085 State Street, Huntington Park.
This is awesome.
Yo, can I
stuff
plug
right
something
here.
in?
Huh?
Can I plug
Yeah,
something
go
in?
ahead.
Yo, shout out to my mom. I know she's watching. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Shout out to moms.
Shout out to mom.
Shout out to mom.
So all the baby mamas.
All the baby mamas. Any shout outs?
Yeah, everybody out there, man. Also, Cal, what's up? You know?
I'd like to give a shout out to my girl, Melissa Santos.
Hey, get your
I
shit
love
in.
you.
He's gonna be mad.
Hey.
I'm out of here.
I'm done.
Goodbye. Melissa, I love you. Mariachi. Well, I mean Melissa did.
He's got to do a manual.